to be free. It's not so hard to see.
Whoa.
Why won't you let me be in total insanity? It's total insanity.
Good to hear that intro. I haven't heard that in a while. Now, as many of you may know, Total Insanity will be ending. Is the audio to sync? Maybe. I'm using headphones today, my headset. I have my switcher all crunched in the corner. Normally I have this extension audio cable. Guess what? Doesn't work anymore. Has buzzing. This is the life of a technological man, or woman, or person. The obligatory... Yes, okay. That's, anyway. So as I mentioned... Well, first, today is, draw a picture of a bird day. So, yeah. Shout out to Chase Palmer. His oral defense is happening right now. I can't watch it because I scheduled this stream for this time. So why would anybody be watching this when they can be watching that? But, yeah. If you saw Total Insanity, the retrospective, pretty much, establishes, it's not the word I want. I want to take my time today. I want to take my good old time today. The retrospective pretty much, what's the word I want? Not signaled, no. Let's say, I'm gonna keep doing this until I think of the word I want. Let's say the retrospective discovered that Total Insanity has kind of run its course. I'm going to keep streaming, but these are the final episodes. There will be 3 episodes left each Thursday. So this is the first of the 3. The last one will be on Earth Day, the grand finale. I will also be streaming retrospective encore performances with like weird extra shit or improv stuff. Monday through Wednesday, next 2 weeks. But okay, as I mentioned, draw a picture of a day. The show is indeed ending, as I said. But
does this mean?
Does this mean? Does this mean what?
What's going to happen to us?
That's a good question, honestly.
Are we going to be shut down? Do we exist just for this show?
You kind of do?
Are we now, as Leo 2.5 says, redundant?
I don't want to be... I don't really know yet, but I'm kind of thinking that this I can't guarantee what happens to you guys. That's all I want to say about that.
Gal, pal, to paraphrase George Lucas in his most recent interview, we must learn to accept letting go. Things come and pass, and our attachment to them, our desire to keep things the way they are, is what causes pain.
I guess, well, that's wise words as usual, Nelson.
Who is George Lucas?
You don't know who... Gal, you don't know who George Lucas is?
Gal, how do you not have the info for George Lucas in your database?
Yeah, that's a really good question.
Hey, have you guys seen The Mandalorian?
Yeah, it was great to see Ahsoka's storyline wrapped up.
Okay, guys, this isn't a Star Wars stream.
Well, if it was, you might get more viewers.
That's true. That's true. I'm very relaxed today. I see I have 2 viewers. Chat with me. Call me. If you call my phone, I need some material for today. I didn't think anyone would watch today. So this is a pleasant surprise. Now, as I mentioned, it is Draw a Picture of a Bird Day. That will be our culminating event. If you'd like to, draw a picture of a bird. Email it, or if you know my number, text it to me, because many people watch the show just know me. Or email. Do I want to say my email? I'll give my USF email. LDEZES@usf.edu. Email me a picture of a bird that you draw, and it will be featured in the show. Or not. So, tomorrow also, there's a lot happening. Tomorrow is my oral defense. I'm actually trying to be pretty cool about it. I'm just really anticipating it. I just really want it to kind of happen already. But for everyone today, I have something special. My oral defense may be happening tomorrow, but today is not my, it's a Carl defense. And here we are with my close-up angle that I forgot I had until now. And so, beginning with the Carl defense, I will send a bird drawing. Thank you, Alex. Yes. 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 Such a dedicated viewer. I appreciate, it really makes me feel good. I appreciate your continued support. I really do. I really do. I'll never forget, you were my first class, college class I ever taught. I'll always remember that class. That was turned into a COVID quarantine class. That's still the only class I've taught fully in person in normal times. Anyway. Okay. I'm getting a lot of phone messages. Okay. As I mentioned, the Carl defense. Yeah. So, Carl. I think people care about it a lot, but in defense, you might think, oh, what is it? Just sea grass? Sea shrubs? Sea bushes, perhaps? It's home to fish. It probably does some balance for the ocean, and the coral is dying. The waters are warming, the water's pH levels are changing, thanks to the multinational corporations that are destroying the whole earth. Let's face it, we benefit from them. At the same time that the corporations do terrible things to our planet and us, we also get benefits in our daily lives, like having, being able to go to the store and buy a cup that you fill with water from your faucet. I don't know. Okay. Moving forward. If you can't tell, today's not a very planned show. Why do I have no viewers now? Am I having streaming problems? Whatever, who gives a shit? Okay. As you can see, not only will I defend Carl, but Carl, coach of Weezer fandom, of Weezer fame. How do I get back to my chat? There we go, okay. Not only will I defend Carl, but Carl has its own defense mechanisms. As you can see, they have tentacles, they discharge threads to capture prey with their... This is prey, as you can see. This lumpen rock. And they have triggers and threads and tentacles and nematodes, as mentioned in Doug. Keep in mind, Disney's Doug is shit. Nickelodeon's Doug is the only Doug. Okay. Let me go to my email. So I'm ready for whenever... Unless she texts this to me. I want to be ready for this bird drawing. So... Okay. Load. Oh, she already sent it. So prompt. So responsible. Okay. Now, it'd be nice if it could load this. I'll wait for that later. This is not... Okay. Moving forward. Fire Carl has polyps that are like a fuzz from its pores of its calcareous skeleton. Some of them are for feeding, some of them are for defense. Times 2, this is an RPG, the Carl defense. Now if you notice, more nematodes. There's some crazy shit going on. Now, for our final piece of the Carl defense, there's microbial deterrent. In the Hawaiian coral reef system, there's bacteria that produces chemical defense molecules which promotes the survival of algae and sea slugs. This is some... I never knew Carl was so complicated. And thank you for listening to my Carl defense. Now, moving back to Total Insanity proper. Okay. Jesus, Lord Almighty. This probably isn't even audible. Hold on a second here. I was going to do an impromptu performance. As you can see, today's show is not very planned. I mean, I did do planning. I wrote a script of Pal and Gal and Nelson and all those guys, but it's hard to plan for Total Insanity when your oral defense is looming in the back of your mind. But let's show Alex's bird drawing. Now, Alex is known by the USF community to have incredible illustration skills. This is proven. It's proven. Will this work? Did this? Whoa. Okay, this is a little wild here. If I go... Okay. Okay. There we go. Pal, could you please move out of the way? Okay, thank you. Now look at this wonderful bird. Alex Hickey's favorite bird, 666. Love it. Or BBB. Okay, this looks like... At first I thought this was Bebop from Barney, a children's show you may not know about, because I feel like it was the 90s children's show. Anyway, do you newer... Tell me in the chat, do newer generations know about Barney, the children's show? But this is that Mario Nintendo character, I believe. That's in Mario Kart or something. I don't know. Excellent drawing of Big Bird. I mean, it's... Could you really get any better than this? Now, you could say, oh, the yellow isn't the normal yellow of Big Bird. Maybe that's my critique. Maybe I like the change in yellow. But I will say this. This one finger, not colored in. That's where the one error is. Not everyone can be... No one's perfect, really. But as I mentioned, Alex Hickey already has incredible drawing skills, as you can see. Here we have a realistic raven. Edgar Allan Poe. Or the Baltimore Ravens. Take your pick. Here we have a pigeon. A bird often looked down upon, I feel like, especially by city dwellers, but I watched Barney and I was born in 2012. Okay, cool. Children's shows last. Good to know. Did they make new episodes, or was it like old Barney? Okay. Tesla famously fell in love with a pigeon or something like that in his later life. And this looks like Diglett down here. Animal Crossing coffee bird. Coffee? Is that what it is? Now this, I have to admit to not knowing this bird. I played Animal Crossing on N64. I played Animal Crossing on DS or some shit like that. But this looks like a Diglett bird to me. But it probably looks like the Animal Crossing bird too. So thank you for sending your drawing. Thank you for contributing to the human connection and interaction I talk about in my thesis. And the paradoxical, contradictory relationship I have to having super insular, super specific shit, and then also striving to, I guess, to connect with others through the internet. Yeah, he makes coffee. Cool. Okay, thank you for your answers. His name is Brewster, I think. Hey, it's Brewster. Get some brewskis. I don't have some type of trouble for that. I'd say, like, calm down. Is it really that big of a deal? No. Okay. Thank you for saying you're welcome. That's very polite. Now, I should have been drawing my own bird this whole time, but I don't know if you could guess the potential bird that I may draw. Let me try to be quick here. I'm going to sacrifice quality for quickness, but I want to make sure this is at least decently accurate to my previous depiction of this wonderful bird. And so now that I don't know what now that Tunnel Insanity is ending, I want to do more theatrical streams. Like, that's kind of what I wanted to do before. Right when COVID hit, I kind of wanted to continue it. I was having great fun with my students that were helping me out, and it just all came to a crashing halt. As you can see in Total Insanity, the retrospective, streaming currently on YouTube. Okay. So here's my bird drawing. Let's get out of studio mode. Wait a second. Out of studio mode. Okay. Webcam. Here we go. Let's turn off these corals. The coral defense is over. I think fans of the show will recognize this cool guy. This is Asbestos Albatross. Boy do I miss Asbestos Albatross. As many of you saw in the last episode of Total Insanity before my retrospective months ago, Asbestos Albatross sadly passed away. And you know what? Let me grab his coffin real quick. We can remember the times with Asbestos Albatross. So Asbestos Albatross resides in this coffin, and I want to get this drawing to be way over here because I sense that there's some type of special energy. When I draw a picture of a bird day, I feel like there's a special energy in this drawing. And Alex, thank you for your kind words of rest in peace for Asbestos Albatross. If only he could return to us now. Asbestos Albatross? It really would have been great if I got a sound effect for you reappearing. How are you here?
Well, I'm a ghost now. I've come back from the other side.
But how? Is it really just from the magic of today's daily holiday?
Yeah, I think so. Basically, your love and Alex's rest in peace comments, and basically the general positive energy, the general pretty good bird drawings, they've conjured me from the great beyond.
Oh my god, this is Albatross, you're back, I love it. Oh, I was talking about Star Wars earlier, you're like a force ghost now. You can guide me for the final episodes of Total Insanity.
I don't know about that, that's a lot of pressure, but I can say I can definitely be a contributor.
Well, thank you, Asbestos Albatross. I hope your family's doing okay. I hope you can maybe visit them in ghost form and not freak them out too much. They'd probably like it. I'm really happy to have you back, though. Do you have, any answers for what lies beyond the mortal world?
Well, I know what happened, but I just can't tell you. They swore me to secrecy. That's how the secrets have never gotten out over the years from all the ghosts. We just can't tell you guys what the afterlife is like.
Okay, but hey, just the fact that there's some type of afterlife, that's possible. As Stanley Kubrick said in the at the end of the show. As Stanley Kubrick said regarding his classic film The Shining, he saw it as an optimistic story, saying any story that offers the possibility of an afterlife is an optimistic story. The great Stanley Kubrick. Don't take that quote verbatim, but it's something like that. I had a Kubrick phase where I watched all his movies. But that was what? I'm getting tangled around this cord. As many of you know, I love Criterion movies, and that was when I was first getting into movies, it was Wes Anderson and Kubrick. And watching Citizen Kane, Casablanca, that type of stuff. Anyway, that's all I have planned for the show today. I just want to do my oral defense tomorrow and get it over with. Just the anticipation. Why did I just rip a hair out of my arm? I don't normally do that. It was too long. I didn't like how long it was. And just some, this isn't my favorite part of the show, to be tell you this and that, but I guess it's necessary. For the next 2 weeks, I will be streaming at 3 p.m. to the gallery and to YouTube. Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday are performances of Act 1, 2, and 3 respectively. But there's going to be I'm going to have technical mishaps. I'm going to hopefully have people call in to interact. I'm going to try to have deviations from the script and weird shit happening. And then the following, that's Monday through Wednesday for the next 2 weeks. And then Thursdays for the next 2 weeks will be the final 2 episodes of this show. And so the next one is Anime Day. We'll have a discussion of anime and its evolution and perception in American culture. I will create an anime character to interact with. And we're gonna have special guest Nathaniel Superfly. If you saw the retrospective, we've got a lot to talk about there. But and then the following Thursday, which will be, what's the date? April 22nd, Earth Day, the final episode. Okay, thanks for watching today, and I hope I could at least, even if it was boring for 82% of the time, I hope there was at least a small glimmer of something that you got from this stream. And with that, as my sister would say, peace out on the fleece trout, and as I will say now, catch you on the flip side.